Hello guys, I am Jasmeet and welcome to Blogging Unplugged Clips. On this channel, you will find bite-sized videos from our main channel, Blogging Unplugged. If you are not into those hour-long videos, then this channel is for you. And if you find the content helpful, then make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell. And with that said, let's dive into the video. Now that you are familiar with the changes to the appearance menu, the next thing we are going to take a look at is the new site editor that has been released in WordPress 5.9. This will be a general walkthrough of everything that you need to know just to make sure that you are familiar with all of the options. We won't be taking an in-depth look at this point of time, but I will be creating tutorials for it. So with that said, let's head over to the appearance menu and click the new editor option. Doing this will take you to the new site editor. Now in the first look, the new site editor released in WordPress 5.9 looks exactly the same as the editor that you are right now using to create posts and pages in WordPress. Now there are a lot of similarities and dissimilarities, and we will be discussing them as we move forward in the video. Now it is important to know here that it is using this interface that you will be changing the colors, the typography, the layout, will be creating templates, will be creating template parts and more. Now another thing that you have to keep in mind here is that this new site editor replaces the customizer in the blog-based themes. And that is why whatever changes that you will make here will be reflected across the site. So keep in mind that whatever changes that you make, you are sure about those changes, and then you go ahead and press that publish or save button. Now moving on, there are quite a few familiar options in the primary toolbar of the new site editor, and there are quite a few new ones. Let's just talk about the familiar ones first, and then we'll jump onto the new ones. Now the familiar ones are the WordPress logo right over here. In most cases, it lets you exit the WordPress editor. Now the block inserter, using which you can insert the blocks, the tools option over here, using which you can select or edit the blocks, the undo and redo options, the list view, the list view that shows you the list of the blocks that you have inserted in your page, then the preview option over here, the save and publish button, the gear icon for the settings of the block or the page. In this case it will be the template, and the ellipsis menu over here. Now there are a few new options, as we said, and the new options are the home page button right over here. Now this is basically, as you can see, when I hover my mouse pointer over it, it shows you the template details. So this is the option. When you will click, it will show you that you are editing basically the home page template. It will be followed up by the name of the template or the section that you are going to edit. Now we are going to dive into it a bit later in this tutorial only. For right now, you just have to remember it will show you the template name. Now after this option, you will see that there is this option over here, which is the style settings. Now under these settings, you will find the options to edit the typography, the colors, the layout of the template, or any or the template part that you are going to do. Now WordPress has introduced amazing features in this new site editor that you have to get familiar with. Now I'm again saying WordPress is heading quickly towards this thing. Now more updates will be released around this, so get yourself familiar with this, but don't use it as of now, as this thing is in beta right now. So don't use it on your your live sites, but use it on your but get familiar with it. Now after this, now the first change that I'm going to talk about here is that it's a very simple change. Some of us are in the habit of using the full screen editor, which you can see right now. This is the site editor right now is in the full screen mode, and some of us are not in the habit of using it in the full screen mode. Now I personally prefer using it in the full screen mode, and in the the default editor you get the option to disable it. In the site editor, in this new site editor, you do not get the option to disable this full screen mode. So this means if you are not in the habit of using it, then there may be a little bit of problems when it comes to adjusting, but eventually you will get to it. Now the first option that I would like to discuss in this new site editors walkthrough is the WordPress logo. Now this option is a very familiar option, but it works very differently in this case. Now what happens here is when you click this WordPress logo, it opens in navigation. It doesn't exit you back to the dashboard like it does when you are creating pages or posts using the Gutenberg editor. It rather shows you a navigation. Now the first option that you see in the navigation menu is the site. Now when you click this option, it will take you back to the template that you are going to edit. Okay, that you are editing. Currently we are editing the template for the home page. If you are editing the template for some other page, it will show you that. The next option that you see is the templates. Now let's just click this option and it will show us all of the templates for different pages on this site that came with this theme, that came with the 2022 theme. Now you see an option on top right here that lets you, add a new template. In case you are looking to create a new template, you can click this option, add your very own customized template. Now the last option on this list is the template parts. Now, as the name suggests, this is the parts that constitutes a template basically. Now in 2022 you get access to 4 of these: the footer, the header dark and large, the header dark small, and the header. Okay, it's up to you to use whatever template parts that you want to use on your page. As you can insert it using just a single block, and I will show you that block. Okay, and in case you want to create a a new template part for yourself, a custom section for yourself or a collection of blocks for yourself, then you can do that by clicking this add new button. Now it is important to know here that the area settings that you see right here, the general, header and footer, you got to keep this in mind, and I will cover this in the part where I will take you through the template name setting. The template name option that you see in the middle of the primary toolbar. Now the last option on this list is the dashboard. Now when you click this option, it will exit you to the dashboard. Okay, it will take you back to the dashboard, and clicking the WordPress logo again will close the menu where you are. It will be closed. Now clicking the site will take you back to the template that you are editing. Now the next option that we are going to discuss is the template drop down that you see in the middle of the primary toolbar in your site editor. Now first things first, it displays the name of the template that you are editing. Currently we are editing the homepage template, so you can see it right over here. Now what happens if I select the hero section? Now if I select the hero section, it displays the name of the template part that I'm going to edit. Now the next part of it. Now what happens if I select the this site title over here? It displays the name of the area that I'm going to edit. Now this makes it very easy for us to basically know what we are editing and what area does it belong to. It makes the job of basically working on a template part or on an area pretty much very easy. Now let's just click the drop down over here, and as you can see, this drop down has 3 options. The first one is the header, the second one is the footer, and the final option is the option that is the browse all templates option. So when you click on this browse all templates option, it takes you back to that same page where you will see all of the templates. Now let's just click this option for once and see it for ourselves. You see, it will take you back to the templates page. Now here again, it lets you create a new template. It's just a list of the templates that probably you have created or came with the theme. Now let's just go back to the site that we are editing. So you can see right over here. Now talking about the areas on a template, as you can see, the homepage template has 2 areas, the header and the footer. Now as you already know, the header will always contain the navigations, the logos, the site title, the social icons and stuff like that, and the footer will have other important links. Now what happens here when I click the header? Now when I click the header, it selects the whole thing. It selects the whole area, that is this one, this template. Basically it selects it. And what happens when I click the footer? It takes me to the footer area of the page. Now there was another option that you must have seen, when we were discussing about, adding the template parts, and let's just go to that option and see it for ourselves. Now let's just create, and let's just hit add new. So you can see right here is that there are three areas that WordPress lets you select. The first one is the general, the second one is the header, the third one is the footer. Now the general area is anywhere between the header and the footer. It could be the area where you post things, you post your content, is your sidebar, can be anything in general. The header template, the header area basically contains your navigation, site logos, the social link, the site title and stuff like that. The footer area basically contains the navigations, again, maybe a search bar, maybe a logo and stuff like that. It's all of the important links or the privacy policy links and the other legal links and stuff like that. That constitutes basically the footer section of your site. So header is the head section, basically the top of your top of your template. The general section is the middle, and the footer section is the bottom of your template. So you got to keep in mind when creating this. Now another important thing that you have to know here is that there is this option that lets you navigate between the areas and lets you select the areas and take you to them so that you can edit them easily. This option you will find in the sidebar as well. You can click the gear icon over here, then click the template, and the areas will be displayed right over here. Now when I click the header, it displays the header. When I go to the footer, it takes me to the footer. Header, footer. So now you know that you can toggle between the areas on a template using two options. The first one is right over here, right in the center, and the second one is when you click the gear icon in the template settings. Basically, it will toggle between. Now the next new option in the new site editor that we are going to discuss is the the global style settings, and you can find it by clicking this black and white icon right next to the gear icon. Now when I click this icon, it displays the styles, which is in beta right now. So this setting lets you customize or change the fonts, colors, the layout. And the best part about this is that you can design specific blocks based on your requirements. This means you can, change the, typography, color, backgrounds of specific blocks based on your, needs or requirements. We will be covering this in this video. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, the first option that you will come across in the global site settings in the new site editor is the typography. And when you click this option, it lets you manage typography settings for text and links. Now let's just click text first and then we'll jump to the links. Now when you click text, it shows that you can change the font family, font size, line height, and the appearance. Now appearance is basically the font weight. You want it to be bold, italics, semi-bold, whatever is that you want, you can select it from the option from this drop down based on your requirements. Now any changes that you will make here will be reflected globally, so make those changes very carefully. And there is a preview option on top, this one. So if I select bold over here, it will change the text over here to bold. It will show you basically a preview. So right now I'm gonna just keep it to default, and let's just see the settings for links. Now in links you will find similar settings. Again, you can change the font family, sizes, the line height, and the appearance, which is again the font weight. Now in case you are wondering what are these numbers in the size, in the 1, 2, 3 and 4, these are basically the presets, and you can change these presets by clicking this icon over here. When you click this option, it lets you select a custom size for the font. It's up to you, whatever the value you want for the links basically on your site, you can set that value over here. Now moving on, the second option that you will see in the global site settings is the color. So color is basically, it lets you change the color of the text, the links, the background, and everything related. The good thing about colors is that it comes with a predefined color palette. The 2022 theme basically comes with a predefined color palette, and it lets you select a color palette as well. So let's just see that first, how you can define a color palette. So for that, you will have to click this palette option over here, this 17 colors option over here. Then you see this option custom over here. You can click this option and a color picker appears, and you can select it like this, and you can say my color, and that's it. You have a color over here, and then click done. It will appear like this. Now if in case you want to add another color, let's just say second. And that's it. You have the second color. Click done over here, and that's it. You can add as many colors as you want. Now you can see here, the default theme colors are defined over here. The default colors are defined over here, and it lets you select from both the gradients and the solids. So once you have defined the colors over here, then these colors will appear in the block settings, from where you will be able to use them on the text, basically the backgrounds and stuff like that. Let's just go back for once and see the elements. In elements, you can set the color for the background first. Now again, let's just click background, and it will let you select the color. Currently white is selected. In case you want to click this over here, now this is the new option. This is the new color picker. I'll get to it once we are in the post editor. I will talk about the color picker over here, but the color picker UI has changed. So let's just get it out of the way. Now you can you can select any colors from the themes, the default, the custom ones. Let's just select a custom one, and you can see the changes are reflected instantly. And if I click back over here, you can see in the main preview as well, the the color has changed. So let's just go back, click background, and see it for ourselves. Change it back to white, and so you can again select the solid colors, gradient, pick from theme colors, default, the custom colors that you want to add. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. This is a very powerful feature that WordPress has introduced in this new site editor. Now again, for the text, you can change the text color. Again, the options are pretty much the same. You can select the color, select it using the color picker. You can choose the custom colors. You can use the custom colors or the default colors that comes with the theme. Again, the links colors you can change as well. It is totally up to you, whatever is that you want to do, and however you want to design your site, so that you can have a really unique design. Now again, as of now, don't use these features on a main site. Do it on a local host environment or something like that, on a staging site, just to be familiar with these things. Now the last option on this list is the layout option. Now when you click this layout option, it will show you just the one option as of now. Now this option lets you add padding across the container. So let's just push 20 pixels of padding. You will see it has added the padding across the container. There are multiple units to select from. Pixel is the default one. Then you have the percentages, EMs, rems, the view widths, the view heights, whatever is that you want to pick. Now I'm going to delete it from here. I'm going to show you. Now this is the link option over here. You can click this and you can unlink everything. Okay, now if you want to change the padding on top to 30, you can change it over here, and see the padding has changed. It's totally up to you what you want to do using these options. These options are going to give you a diverse tool set to basically create the site that you want to create, basically using just the default WordPress editor or the new site editor. Now let's just go back from here, and the last option on the list that you see over here is the block settings. Now this is the setting using which you can customize or design specific blocks based on your requirements. So in case you want to change the background of the heading block or the font family of the heading block or paragraph block or whatever block is that you want to change it for, you can do it using this option. When you click this option, it will show you a list of blocks. So what you can do right now here is, let me just select the heading block over here and change the typography, its appearance to extra bold, and set the size to 32. You can see the changes, and that's it. Let's just make these changes for right now. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to color. I'm going to select a background color. of this blue, so that it looks very different. Now you can see as soon as I've made the change to the heading block, the changes are reflected over here, right? So these are global changes. You got to be sure the changes that you are making works for you, you know, that you are very sure about the changes that you are making. Obviously you can go back and change those things, but that is a hassle once you've created something, and then you know, you will have to go back and make those changes, so it can make you land in a bit of soup. So again, you can change the colors for the text, the links, basically all of the same settings that you were doing for the site globally, you can do it for the blocks as well. So I'm gonna go here and clear everything that I was using, and that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back and see the layout again. You can add the margin this time. So the options, let's just see, let's just click here. No, just the margin option is available. So in case you are not familiar with margins and paddings, or you have confusion regarding them, the padding padding is basically inside the block, and margin is basically outside the block. So you got to keep this in mind, that whatever you are setting, whatever the values you are setting over here works perfectly fine for with the heading blocks. So this concludes a basic tutorial on, you know, a basic walkthrough of the new site editor and the global site settings that are in the new site editor. Now in the middle of the video I told you that I'll show you how you can add template parts to your basically a template. So let me just show you how you can do that easily. So we already have the existing template parts. So what we can do here is we can click this inserter icon and we can search for template parts block. Now as soon as I will add this block, it will give me an option to basically choose an existing template part that probably I've created, or create a new template part. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose an existing one from the list, and let's just add this one for right now. And you can see, you know, it's the same one, but this is how you add it. Basically, in case you have created customized parts for your site, then you can add it using this block. Now the next thing that I'm going to discuss is the changes to the menu, how you can add menus in using the new site editor, because the menu option is missing from the appearance menu. We have discussed that before. So there is a new way using which you can add menus in WordPress when you're using block themes, and that is using the navigation blocks. Now for that, let me just create a few pages first, and then we'll start off by adding the navigation block and creating a new navigation menu for you. So I just went ahead and added these 3 new pages, which are the about, contact and services page. These are basically the blank pages, and I have just created them to show you the demonstration of the navigation block, or how you can create menus in WordPress 5.9 using the new site editor. So what we are going to do is we are going to go back to the new site editor, and we are going to see the changes here. Now you can see the navigation has changed instantly, because you know it basically was set to add all pages to it. Now to see the difference, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another navigation block right below it, and then we are going to see it for ourselves. Now here's the navigation block. Let me just add it. Now when I add the navigation block, it shows nothing basically. Now let's just select it again. Now on selecting it again, it shows 3 options. The first one is the select menu option, using which it lets you, you know, select an existing menu. Then or add all pages, which is this option. This navigation has been created using this option. It basically adds a page list to the navigation automatically, and you just don't have to do anything. The last option is the start empty option, which is it gives you a blank slate to work with. Now let's just look at the select menu option first, and then we'll go ahead taking a look at all the other options. Now when you click the select menu option over here, it displays the existing menus that you have on your site. Now the thing here is that you can either select one of them, or you can create your very own menu by adding the custom links. Now you must be thinking, how can you add custom links to this navigation menu that already have pages and is already, you know, extracting pages? Basically as soon as you add pages, it automatically, you know, adds the page to the navigation. Now here is the thing that you can do. You can add custom pages to a menu by clicking this plus button. Now when you click this plus button, it adds a link automatically. It shows a link pop up here you can add a link. Basically it could be to your website, it could be an internal link, external link, whatever is it. You can link to another website. For example, you want to showcase a Facebook group here, and you can do that as well. And once you are done, you can just click this icon over here and it will add the link. Now there is a striking difference between both of these entities. You basically cannot rearrange this menu over here. So for example, if you want the services to be before contact, you cannot do that because this is just one block. Now for this, what you have to do is you need to convert this page list block into custom links. Now custom links does allow you to do that. However, the page list block doesn't allow you to do that. So what we are going to do is we're going to click edit over here, and it shows a pop-up where it lets you know that you're going to convert these into custom links. And it will allow you to add, reorder, remove items, or change their labels. So you can click convert over here, and now you can rearrange them easily. And now it's right here, and you can rename these as well. Services 1, let's just add the name as services 1. Okay, or change this name to company. You can do whatever you want with this thing. So once you have converted the page list blocks to the custom links blocks, you can do pretty much anything. You can reorder, rearrange, convert them into whatever is that you want to do. We'll get to that part later. This is how you add basically a navigation in the new site editor. Now some of you must be thinking, we used to add the navigation in the customizer, and it allowed us to change name of the navigation as well. So what you can do here is to change the navigation. What you have to do here is you got to select the navigation block over here and then head over to the advanced tab over here, and it will let you change the name of the navigation. Whatever is the name that you want to add over here, you can go ahead and do that. You can rename the menu basically. Another thing is once you have created the navigation, it takes away all of the options and gives you this one. The select menu option is the only one remaining. You can click this option. It gives you two options. Either it lets you select from an existing menu if you want to change it, and the other two options is a tool, which is the create new menu tool and manage menu tools. You know about create new menu option. Let's just click the manage menus option and open it in a new tab. When you click manage menus, it will take you to this page. It will show you all of the navigation menus that you have created. Now as of now, if you click this option, if you click the edit option, it takes you nowhere. Basically it shows you nothing. But what you can do here is you can change the name of the navigation in case you want to delete it or do whatever is that you want to do, or create a new navigation. You can do that over here, but this is the most that you can do with right now with the manage navigation option. I think so it is best suited if you want to bulk delete menus in case you have accidentally added too many menus just while trying. Then you can delete it using this option. Now that you are somewhat familiar with the navigation block, you must be thinking, how can you add a logo to navigation, or maybe you want to add social icons or a search box. Now you can do that easily by clicking this button over here. You can select the menu. Let me just select the navigation. It gives you this option. Now you can see here you can easily add a site logo, site icon, and search block. Now another important thing you have to keep in mind here is that you can transform the custom links into the site logo, social icons, and search block as well. Keep in mind that in case it shows custom links, then you always have the option to transform them. It's not necessary that you just have to add these individual blocks only. In case you have accidentally added a custom link, you can always convert it into a site logo, but make sure to check where it is linking. That is the important part here. Now that we are done till here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the settings of this block, then we'll move to the next topic. Now let's just select the navigation block over here. Now when you select the navigation block, the first option that you get is basically the layout. It gives you two options. Basically the justification and the orientation are the main ones, and allow to wrap to multiple lines is basically the option. If you have like 10 items on your navigation, then it will take the 11th into the next line. So basically what I'm trying, this is just an example, this is not a breakpoint or something like that. It's just like if you have like a small space and you can only add 5 items, then 6th will be automatically moved to the next line. So you always want to have this option enabled just in case. Now there are justification controls to help you align the menu items. So you get 4 options to choose from, which one is the justify items left, one is the center, the other one is the right, and the last one is the space between items. So space between is basically there will be some space between them, and there will be some space between these items. Now it's up to you how you are designing your site or template that you need to select these justification controls. The next option that you will come across is in the layout option is the orientation. Now you can align the navigation menu vertically or horizontally depending on your requirement. Now here is one interesting thing about navigation blocks. Now navigation block lets you add custom links to the menu, and using the vertical orientation and custom links, you can easily add a table of contents to your long articles on your site easily. You just need to add some IDs and link them appropriately, and it will work exactly like you want them to work. Like this is a very interesting thing, and towards the end of the video I will try to incorporate this into this video as well. Although this video is going to be a long one, but still, let's just do it. Why not? Now the next option that you will come across in the navigation block is the display option, and it has a very interesting option known as the overlay menu. Now while browsing the internet, you must have come across several sites that display a menu in a different way on mobile devices and on desktop. Now basically in mobile devices, the menu is hidden behind a hamburger icon or a burger icon, and on desktop it is just the regular menu. Now on mobile devices, when you click that burger icon, you will see that menu. WordPress has given you the power to create a responsive menu, basically a menu that hides behind the icon on mobile devices using this option. Now you get 3 options to choose from. One is the off, the second one is the mobile that is selected by default, and the third one is always. Now in case you are using this navigation block to create a table of contents, then in that case you probably do not need the display to be on mobile. You can always display it because it will be used as a block, and it will be vertically aligned. For sites that have long menus, this option is very necessary if you want to make them responsive, if you want to make the menus responsive for different screen sizes, if you want the menus to work correctly on different screen sizes. So what we are going to do here is, first let's just click preview over here and see just the mobile option. So you can see the desktop view has the regular menu. Now let's just go to the tablet view. Now in the tablet view, again you see the menu is the regular menu. It is not hiding behind the burger icon, but when we move to mobile, it changes to the burger icon. So let's just go back to desktop, and the menu is back to normal. Now we can click off over here and then head over to the mobile, and you will see the allow to wrap to multiple lines option comes into play, but the menu doesn't look like it's helping people. Basically it's not responsive. It is basically hampering the user experience. Now in case you select always, then your menu will always be hidden behind this burger icon. So let's just click this burger icon, and you see it opens the menu, and the cross icon is right over it. I can click it and it will get back to normal like this. Now some things are outright glitchy at this point of time because the site editor is still in beta, so that is why we're constantly emphasizing on the fact that you shouldn't be using these features on a live site. Basically you can use the navigation block but not the site editor that you start creating customized templates for yourself using this 2022 theme. We don't recommend doing that as of now. Now after the display settings of the navigation block, the next option that you will come across is the color. And using this option, you will be able to change the color of the background, the menu items, the overlays, and the text. Now again, you have a very similar color picker over here. You can pick custom colors. Through this, you can use the palette that you have defined. You can choose from default colors that are provided by the theme, or the color palette that the theme comes with. So it's totally up to you what you want to do. Using this option, you can choose any colors or add any colors that you want to make your design look good. So after the color option, the last option is the typography. So in this option, again, you can change the size of the menu items, change the line height and stuff like that. Now it is important to know here that this is something that I'm going to cover later on when we will discuss typography in the block editor. So at times you will find certain typography settings hidden. You will not see them. This doesn't mean that you can't change them on per block basis. So this is the case here, and in case you want to change any other settings, then you got to click this plus icon and it will show you all the other settings. In case you want to change the font family, you can change from here. You can select a font family. It depends on you. In case you want to change the, the font weight, then you can change it through this appearance menu over here. You can select whatever option is that you want. So basically this means whatever option that you want to configure, just have to click either the ellipse over here or the plus icon over here, and it will let you do that. It will show you the option that you can configure, but those options are hidden. So basically you can select those options and configure them later, and it will show them in this typography setting over here. So this is, pretty much all about the navigation block that I wanted to discuss. I will basically create a tutorial for you for TOC, which I will add at the end of this video. So make sure you watch till the end. And if you are liking the content, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. So after the navigation block, the next block that I want to discuss is the site logo block. This is again another important block that I wanted to touch on. This is pretty simple block. It lets you add a logo, but it comes with a few options that you have to see. So let me just go ahead and add the site logo block. Now before the release of WordPress 5.9, now WordPress did give you the option to upload a logo using the customizer. See the difference? Let's just first go to the WordPress 5.8 installation and see how you used to do it before this update. Now this is the WordPress 5.8 installation that we have. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click customize and open it in a new tab. Then I'm going to click the site identity option over here, and you can see it allows me to select a logo. Basically I can upload a new one or select an image from the media library, and the same is the case here in the site icon. Now the site icon is the icon that you see over here. Now this is the site icon. Basically it distinguishes your site from the other websites. If multiple tabs are open, so the user can easily identify, oh, this is the website that I want to go to. So now this has changed in WordPress 5.9, the method of adding logo, because the customizer is missing and it has been replaced by the new site editor. So the WordPress has given us a site logo block to do just that. Now in our homepage template, we already had the logo block added. I went ahead and added a logo to it. Now to add a logo, you just have to add the logo block and then select a file from the media library or upload a file from your computer. Now it's up to you totally how you do it, and it will show up like this. Now as far as the settings of the logo blocks is concerned, the first option that you get to see is this style. Now you can select either for it to be rounded or it to be the default style. It is totally up to you how you want to display your logo. At times you will see sites have a round logo, at times you will see websites have a square logo or a vertical logo or whatever logo. Now the next option that you will see is the settings. Now the first option in the settings is the image width. Now using this bar, you can increase or decrease the width of the logo. I will just go ahead and do it for you once. So using this option, you can basically change the image width, and whatever size fits well for your website, you can go ahead and select that. Next option is link image to home. Now if this option comes pre-enabled with the logo block, and what this option does is when anybody clicks on the logo on your website, it will automatically take them to the home page. Now, on several websites, you must have seen, when you click the logo of the website, it takes you to their home page. This option does just that. Now, apart from this, there is another option, which is open a new tab. In case you want the website to open in a new tab, then this is the option that you have to select. And if you want to use this logo as the site icon, then you can click enable this option, and it will be used as the site icon, which is the favicon, and it will be displayed over here. Now, it's totally up to you what you want to do with this block. Now, you can use the image block in pages and posts as well, and display your logo wherever you want to do on your site. Now, apart from these settings, the toolbar has also received a few tweaks and introduction of few new image editing features. So for that, you need to click crop over here, and it will show you three options. The first one is the zoom in, zoom out. In case you want to, increase the zoom of your logo, or maybe your logo is too big and you want to zoom out, then this is the option for you. The next option is the aspect ratio. Now, using this, you can change the aspect ratio of your logo. The third option is the rotate. And using this, you can rotate the logo to the direction that you want to. Now, before WordPress 5.9, what you had to do was it was required that you upload a logo that was perfect in size, but this is not the case anymore, because you can use these options to basically tweak the size and make it perfect for the design that you are going for. Now, apart from this, another option that you will see is the duotone filter. Now, this is the option. Now, using this option, you can add shadows and highlights basically to the logo. It's basically a two-tone color that you can add with just a few clicks, and it doesn't impact the integrity of the logo. Your logo stays the same, it just adds a filter to it. So this is another interesting option if you want to add the two-tone color effect on your logo without losing the integrity of the image. Now, this concludes everything that you need to know about the full site editing that has been introduced in WordPress 5.8 update, and two major blocks, basically the navigation and the logo block. Now, I hope you have found this video helpful, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Also, the links to our socials are in the description box below. Make sure to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, I will see you in the next video.